Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, guys. Today we have some intriguing and potentially game-changing news coming out of the Seattle Seahawks camp. And honestly, if you're a die-hard Seahawks supporter, you know how crucial every move can be in shaping the team's trajectory for the upcoming season. So buckle up, because this story is packed with implications, strategic shifts, and some interesting roster maneuvers that could really turn some heads in the NFC West and beyond. Recently, the Seahawks made a move that's caught quite a bit of attention across the league. They signed wide receiver Cody White off the practice squad, bringing him back onto the 53-man roster after he was initially released, then signed to the practice squad just last week. Now, this isn't just a routine roster change. It signals a lot about how Seattle views its depth and its plans for the upcoming season. Cody White, who came into the league as an undrafted free agent from Michigan State, has now experienced quite a journey. He's been fighting for his spot, trying to carve out a role in the NFL over his 6 seasons. And finally, his persistence has paid off with this opportunity to stay on the Seahawks' active roster. But what's even more interesting is the roster shuffle that accompanied this move. To make room for White, the Seahawks released cornerback Shaquille Griffin, only to sign him again to the practice squad shortly after. That's right, Griffin, a veteran with a lot of experience and leadership qualities, was released, which might seem surprising at first. But the fact that he was immediately signed to the practice squad as a vested veteran means he didn't need to clear waivers, so the Seahawks clearly see value in keeping him around as a flexible veteran presence. This kind of roster management underscores how Seattle is viewing their team as more than just the 53 players on the active roster. As coach Mike Macdonald and GM John Schneider have emphasized multiple times, they see their roster as a sort of 70-man team, with the 17 players on the practice squad being just as vital to their overall strategy. Now, for those who might not remember, Cody White's story is quite compelling. Coming out of Michigan State, he went undrafted but managed to find his way onto an NFL roster, and this season marked his first start on the 53-man roster for Seattle. That's a milestone for any undrafted player, getting that initial shot to prove himself in the big leagues. And with the Seahawks consistently looking for offensive weapons to complement their core, having White back on the active roster could give them some additional depth at the receiver position, especially as they gear up for a playoff push. This roster move also reflects the ongoing evaluation process that Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald and GM John Schneider are managing. They're constantly balancing between maintaining veteran leadership, nurturing young talent, and ensuring they have enough depth to withstand injuries and the rigors of a long NFL season. The fact that Griffin was released and then re-signed to the practice squad suggests they value what he brings to the team, his experience, his versatility, and his leadership in the secondary. And of course, Griffin's release was a calculated move to clear a spot for White, indicating how much the front office is focused on maximizing their roster flexibility. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Seahawks have been building a team that's both competitive and adaptable. Their roster as of 2025 includes a solid mix of veterans and young players, all vying for a shot at the Super Bowl. Players like Drew Lock, who has been consistent in providing leadership at quarterback, and Nick Emenwari, a promising safety, illustrate the kind of talent Seattle is cultivating. The coaching staff, led by Macdonald, is known for their strategic approach, and Schneider's eye for talent has been evident in their recent drafts and roster moves. And the roster itself, just look at the depth and talent across all positions. Defensive stalwarts like Uchenna Nwasu and Boy Mafe are anchoring the pass rush, while in the secondary, players like Devin Witherspoon and Kobe Bryant are expected to play pivotal roles. Offensively, the Seahawks aren't just relying on their established stars. Jackson Smith-Njigba, a young and talented wide receiver, is expected to be a key piece in their passing game. And with the addition of players like Torrey Horton and Elijah Arroyo, they're creating a versatile, dynamic attack. But let's circle back to the roster management strategy. The Seahawks' approach of maintaining a roster around 70 players, including the practice squad, gives them flexibility that many other teams might envy. This allows them to develop talent, respond quickly to injuries, and keep their best options ready to step in at a moment's notice. It's a smart approach that has roots in their history of building competitive teams and adapting swiftly during seasons. Now, looking ahead, the Seahawks' current roster and recent moves suggest that they're not just trying to compete, they're aiming to dominate. Their defense, with players like Leonard Williams and Jaron Reed, is designed to be stout against the run and effective in pass rush situations. Meanwhile, their offense continues to evolve, with Drew Lock providing stability at quarterback and a supporting cast that includes Kenneth Walker III and Zach Charbonnet in the backfield, both of whom have shown flashes of brilliance. And when you think about their division rivals in the NFC West, it's clear that the Seahawks are positioning themselves for a serious challenge. The Rams, 49ers, and Cardinals are all formidable opponents, but Seattle's roster depth, combined with strategic moves like the White Griffin Shuffle, shows they're not just content to be part of the competition, they want to lead it. Their draft picks, like Jackson Smith-Njigba, and the continued development of young defenders like Devin Witherspoon, highlight their focus on building a team that can sustain success over multiple seasons. In terms of expectations, this could be one of the most exciting Seahawks seasons in recent memory. With the talent they have, the coaching staff's strategic mindset, and the roster flexibility they've cultivated, they're poised to make a deep playoff run. And moves like signing Cody White off the practice squad underscore their commitment to maximizing every opportunity, every player, to give themselves the best shot at reaching the Super Bowl once again. So fans, if you're looking for optimism, it's there. The Seahawks are clearly in a win-now mode, but they're also thinking long-term. Developing young players like Jackson Smith-Njigba, integrating veterans like Griffin, and maintaining roster flexibility all point to a team that's both ambitious and smart. Their recent roster moves reflect a team that's constantly adjusting, always looking for an edge, and never settling for mediocrity. And remember, this isn't just about the players on the field. It's about the culture being built in Seattle, one that emphasizes resilience, adaptability, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. That's what makes watching this team so exciting, their ability to evolve, to surprise, and to keep fans on the edge of their seats. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. In the end, the Seahawks roster moves are just the tip of the iceberg. Their overall strategy, their focus on development, and their relentless pursuit of excellence are what truly set them apart. With players like Cody White stepping into the spotlight and veterans like Shaquille Griffin still in the fold, they're sending a strong message to the rest of the league. The Seahawks are back, and they're here to contend at the highest level. The NFC West better be prepared because this team is not just aiming to be good, they want to be great, and they have the tools, the talent, and the mindset to do just that. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Do you think these roster moves will push them over the edge? Are you optimistic about their chances this season? Let us know what you think, because your voice is a vital part of this community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our team. Go Seahawks!